Good evening. My name is Dr. Senegal Phoenix, and my show is called Shout. Now what? Okay, this chronicle is going to be very difficult for me. Uh, Probably difficult for you also. Uh, it will provoke your emotions, but as I said before, this is my life. Uh, and this is transparency and honesty because it truly happened. So I will start uh, this way. On this day, I had a doctor's appointment, a GI doctor's appointment, and uh, I had a GI doctor's appointment, and I was going in for that. Uh, and this was like, I think it was December, maybe around the end of December 2018. And I went there with my daughter. And when I awakened, I was in this strange place. And there was a nurse standing over me. And I was tied up, restrained. And I looked at her, uh, and she said, "Hey, Miss so and so, you're in restraints." I looked at her shocked, and she said, "You've been pulling out things. We don't want you to do that, but if you promise you won't, I'll take the restraints off." So I was confused. I didn't know what was going on, and I shook my head, yes. And she said, "All right." So the next thing, she sent my daughter in. My daughter explained some things, but I still didn't understand what was going on. Why am I all tied up in a bed, a hospital bed, with IV in, and all this? I didn't know. So the next thing, uh, my doctor came in with a intern resident, and he explained to me that for the last few days, I had been on a ventilator in ICU. Uh, I was confused. A ventilator, why? So he explained that I had a split or hole or whatever in my stomach, and acids entered my body, and I got septicemia. Uh, but he said I would be fine, and that uh, he repaired the damage of my stomach, what a split was, the hole. I said, okay, all right. So my daughter stayed with me that night. Usually she spent the night anyway. Uh, we didn't talk much that night. Uh, and into the next day, I was in there. Uh, and let's see, the next week or so, the, excuse me, the next week or so, my daughter told me that she had spoke to her cousin and that she was coming to help. And I was happy with that because my daughter, she was still working, even though she worked from home. She was looking stressed and tired, and I knew she was very unhappy about what had happened to me. And I was guilty that I wasn't able to help her and give her the support that she needed, like I always had. And I was angry about that. But then, after days, uh, I realized that I wasn't able to use my hands. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to just do anything. Uh, the staff had to do everything for me. Uh, and they wasn't very happy. Some of them was downright mean, said mean things to me, uh, like also to when it was turning me or whatever, uh, they would push me real hard to the point that I would hit the rail on the other side. But I understood it. But to me, why be in a field that you didn't really like? Why do that? But I didn't say anything. I just did what they said. But I was glad that my doctor came every day to check on me because I feel that the abuse would have been more or worse if she hadn't come or if my niece hadn't been there. So I thank God that they was there. And the days and months, I had terrible nightmares that scared me because I thought they was real, and they scared me. I was a little bit confused. I think it was from the being on the ventilator for so long because I realized at that time that it was around January of 2019, because I celebrated Valentine's Day in the hospital and my birthday, which is in March there. So I was there a very long time. And I was anxious to get out and go home, but they told me I couldn't. I would have to go to rehab. My daughter had bought things like a book that would that, that help with my dexterity and help with my brain. And so she would make sure and check if I worked in the book. Um, and I did. And she would make sure that physical therapy pushed me and to be up in the bed, up in the chair every single day. So I was frustrated, upset, sad, all of those things. But God was there for me, not holding my hand, but carrying me on his back because I couldn't do anything. And thank God that he was there for me and also family. So this is the first part of this chronicle. The next part will be rehab. Uh, it's hard. Word is difficult to come by. Um, but I realize that now and later that the doctor saved my life. That if I had not had that appointment with him, that I would have died because with septicemia, if you don't get medical help, you will die. That's hard because I would not have been here for my daughter. And I don't think the loss of me, she could have handled. So right now, in conclusion, it's very hard. Um, the tip for the day is pray without ceasing, have faith in God, and like I said, my thought is that if I had not visited my doctor on that day, I would not be here. So thank you for watching, and God bless and take care of each other. And subscribe, please, and thumbs up. And God bless. And thank you so much for everything. Good night.